Great senior weekend. I thought that it was a lot of fun. I thought all three senior pitchers in game 1, 2, and 3 were effective and give us a chance to get the lead in those games by holding our opponent to, 1 run or no runs. And really proud of the whole senior day weekend. The fans were awesome. The environment was awesome. A lot of energy at the ballpark, and then the girls delivered. Carly Heath was outstanding, both hitting and pitching. Shorman had tremendous movement on the ball, and of course Kendra Lamb just got out there, and it was really fun to watch her finish and come off the field, and the kids interact with all three pitchers really when they come off the field. Showed how important they are to our clubhouse, and not just in the circle, but to the clubhouse. So great weekend. We got what we needed to do done. You don't want to be disappointed, and there's a lot of ways on senior weekends always risky, but I thought we had 3 good wins, convincing wins, and we stayed healthy. We didn't get anybody hurt, so I think we're in great shape to go into the conference tournament.
Coach, do you think right now, with just especially being a single elimination tournament, that the teams you play with RPI in mind matter, or is it too small sample size for it to matter greatly?
You mean, will it matter going forward and how it affects? Yeah, I think it's great. I love the single elimination format. I think it's going to make the game more important. What I really like about it from our perspective is we want to see the best pitchers going into the regional. And we've got great pitchers in our conference, but if you go back 2 years ago at Troy, we didn't see Lackey in the championship game. We saw, I don't know what we saw, but I think we scored 16 runs. I like that we're going to see, I know we're going to see Mullins in game 2, and we're going to see Lackey or Hardy in game 3. I hope we see Lackey. I think that's the beauty of the format now, is you're going to get each team's best, where nobody's playing games trying to get, through the tournament and save somebody. You're going to get their best, and I think that really helps you going into the regional, coming off your hitters getting to see those great pitchers. And then otherwise, just single elimination, we've done enough. Our conference is good. We're number 6 RPI. We don't have to have any gimmicks. Our conference will stand on its own, and let's just get out there and play. And the less games we play, the less chance of injury, less chance of something going wrong that could hurt us in the postseason. So I like that about the single elimination as well.
Coach, obviously it feels good to know that you are the 1 seed, that you clinched the regular season title. Does it matter at all that your team gets those few extra days of rest? Does it help better prepare or anything, or are you just not fazed by that at all?
Yeah, I think rest is always good, especially the week after final exams. Kids are last week was a really hard week from the standpoint of finals going on, a road game at La Tech, and then 3 games on senior weekend, where there's a lot of extra festivities and responsibilities go on during that senior weekend. I think that extra day of rest is a tremendous help to us as a team and program.
Pitching rotation wise, in a single limit, you have so many pitchers, it kind of can almost get tricky a little bit. I mean, do you treat it just like a weekend normal conference series, or is that different?
Yeah, I know my rotation going into the first 2 rounds, and Justin just asked me if I was going to tell at the press conference. I'm not going to, but I know in my mind, and it's based on what we've seen and who, how they've looked against teams, and I think that we just look at the past matchups, and then we go into this tournament based on that, what we want to do. And obviously we want Lamb will be in that closer role, because she's been superstar in that role for us the whole season. We want to go to her late, and so that she'll go back to that role here now in the tournament and the postseason, because she's too valuable there for us.
Lady Crater, she's had all kinds of different roles this year as the year goes on. How do you see her role moving forward?
We have to get her at bats this week. She's hitting 400 for the year. She had come in and got a really good hit there yesterday, Saturday. And I want to get her at least 2 starts and 6 at bats in 2 games in this conference tournament, because she's got to play a role. Like, her offense is huge for us, and she might be one of the best pinch hitters in all college softball. But I don't see her as a pinch hitter. I see her as a kid that's really dangerous in a pitch hitting role. But that depends on her getting at bats. I've got to get her at bats this week. That's one of my priorities, will be to get Lainey at least 6 at bats in 2 games and at least 7 at bats in this tournament, so that she's ready to go in that regional with some rhythm and momentum.
For Lauren Allred, obviously she's been able to catch fire throughout the season in so many different ways. Do you feel like the way that she's playing now is allowing her, I guess, to step up even further as a freshman and helping herself be more key to the success of this team? Yeah,
I think she's just, right now she's, a experienced player. She's, the end of her freshman year is actually over. She's, you're looking at them, they're going into postseason. They're moving into their sophomore year in academics in the fall, and she's moving into her sophomore year right now as far as a player, as far as I'm concerned. But all this is her, it's her first time to experience a postseason tournament and experience that conference tournament environment here at home will be really good for her and help mature her for that regional, which we hope will be here at home.
Is this tournament still a proving ground for some players going into regional, or have you already made those decisions, and as long as everyone's healthy, you are what you are?
Yeah, no, we don't have a set 9-player lineup. I think the one thing we've got is we've got 12, 13 players that we know can all play, and they've got certain positions. Like, we know Falterman and Kramer, we know Kayla and Kramer are extremely important to us to provide good defense in the outfield. And, I went away from that a little bit last weekend because I wanted to see some players in the outfield. I wanted to give them more opportunity to actually catch fly balls. And we saw it hurt us a couple of times when, we had balls that Kramer and Kayla would have absolutely caught. Now we go back into postseason. I'm trying to play every inning like it's the last inning of the year and important. And you'll see those roles go back where you'll see more defensive platooning, and you'll see us try to lock things down a little bit. I felt like we had some room for error against ULM, but I don't feel like we got that room for error now in a single elimination tournament, especially against Texas State or South Al or whoever we get in the finals. And then offensively, there's kids that can get hot. Crater's got to be in the mix and get, like I said, that's a priority. Get her at bats. You've got several players there that we know can hit, and we know they can hit in the postseason. So you'll definitely see movement based on who's hot and who's not hot.
What's your main message to the team going to Thursday?
Main message of the team going into Thursday?
Yeah, the main message right now is like play every game like it's your last game. Like you want to get that, whatever emotion you want to play with in a regional, we want to play that way in the conference tournament. We want to really play tournament softball where if you lose, you're out, and you are. And so I think now what you did in the regular season doesn't matter. It's totally irrelevant. And I think we've done that in the conference tournament. We've done that well, but we got to get even better so we can get through that regional. But, yeah, it's just the message is it's a new season and everything starts over, and you got to prove yourself every day and every play.
With the arrival of postseason, what would you pinpoint as that one thing that you're most confident in about this group?
I think our pitching, I'm really confident in our pitching. I think our pitching staff is really good, and I think we got some great pieces, not just top 3. We got 5 pitchers. I love Chloe. I love putting Chloe in with like bases loaded or second, third, and 1 out. She thrives in those pressure moments and can play that role for us in the postseason. I look for Chloe to come in here in September and compete to be a number 1 starter. And so I feel really good about, our bullpen. If I had to pick one thing, and then I love our speed. I love the speed of the team that allows us to win so many different ways on offense and defense. With Maya out there in center field, and those are the things I think are most consistent.
What is an aspect that you've seen the most growth from your team between the beginning of the season to now?
The catching position is definitely our most improved spot on the team. We knew going in last year, I think we allowed 54 out of 59 stolen base attempts to be successful, and threw out 5 out of 59. And this year, we don't even allow 30 stolen base attempts. We really picked up. We throw them out if they run. When they get on first base now, I'm hoping they run. Like, come on, I hope they steal. Hope they try to steal, because I feel so good about our catchers throwing them out. And Piscos has made tremendous improvement, and Vic's just really proven to be a very effective backstop back there for us. So I think the catching position is our biggest improvement as a program.